welcome to the stream. How are you today? Just sending out the invitations to the stream. See if I can get some people up in here. Hey, 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 how are you doing? You ready for Sky Shards tonight? Sure am. I hope to be there. As long as nothing comes up between now and then, I should be there. So, all right, let's get started. Today we are doing the Ghost Rider of Juvenes, which is a interesting little quest. I feel like everybody might want to get involved with this one. So,
right. So if that's north, that means. Wait, that's not right. Oh, more was mercy. A little help, anyone?
sure, I'll help you.
Are you from around here? Sorry, I'm not familiar with Gideon and... Wait, are you here because of my flyers? Thank Rupka. Call me Yasara. I'm here on a thrilling, inspirational journey. And I could really use a sturdy companion.
Always glad to be there. So, what sort of assistance do you need?
I'm an author. Aspiring, really. I've penned a few romance novels, but they all lack, what's the word? Authenticity, yes. So, I resolved to get out into the world and find my muse. Now, here's the exciting part. I found it in Castle Giaves.
You found your romantic muse in a crumbling castle?
Yes. Well, not exactly. A tragic affair played out there years ago, and love-struck spirits still haunt the castle. I acquired a magic lantern that allows me to speak to the ghosts. But you know, ghosts. I need you to ward off the angrier spirits.
I'll help you with your investigation.
Thank you for agreeing to accompany me. With your help, my next romance novel will be a masterpiece. Here, take the lantern. Now, fair warning. I've never actually used it, but I heard a ghostly woman wanders the city gardens. We can test it there.
What can you tell me about this enchanted lantern?
Well, I can tell you it's alien in origin. It's, you know, it's quite lovely, and it lets you talk to ghosts.
How?
Oh, that's easy. You just sort of jiggle it, or something. Look, I'm an impulse buyer, but I'm certain it will work. The orc I bought it from is a very reputable dealer. The ghost won't be able to resist its glow. You'll see.
So you're a writer?
Yes. Well, I fancy myself one at any rate. My novels receive mixed reviews. But romance is a tough genre, you know? All those stuffy critics want is highbrow, elf in a parlor broods over losing his father's fortune type stuff. What a snooze.
Why romance, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I'm a romantic, you silly. I mean, sure, I've never been in a really serious relationship, but let's be honest. Tales of people settling into stable marriages and living happy, fulfilling lives don't sell. People want passion, danger.
Okay. And you think you'll find both in Castle Genovese?
Oh, yes, maybe too much. Castle Giaves has a long, tragic history. You've read Carlo Town Waste 2920 series, right? If not, you absolutely must. If I could write something half as satisfying, it would be a dream come true.
What do you know about this tragic affair you mentioned before?
Only the basics. My great-great-grandmother lived in Gideon for a time before immigrating back to Sentinel. And she brought back all kinds of stories. Some joyful, but most tragic. I just wish I could have met her before she passed to the far shores.
So, what's the story?
Oh, you know, star-crossed lovers, murder, betrayal, that sort of thing. But like I said before, I'm done with those tired old cliches. I want facts. That's why we're going straight to the source.
What makes you think any of it's true?
My great-great-grandmother may have embellished a bit. What storyteller doesn't? But every tale she told had some seed of truth to it. And after speaking to the people here in Gideon, I'm certain I'm onto something. You'll see. Just you wait.
Alright. Let's go to the city gardens and see if there's any truth to this rumor. We are helping a romance writer who has never experienced a romance herself. This is an interesting character. Not easy to write on subject matter that you know nothing about.
You made it. All right. This is the place where people see the spirit.
Wait, where is
Go
she?
on and try out the lantern.
Oh, there she is. Did she just come out of the stone? Am I the only one who saw that? Yeah, so I think you need to work on your pathing problems.
So here we are, the city gardens. Now, I guess it's time to rouse the spirits, eh? I'm ready. Are you ready? If you're not, we can wait a while. In fact, maybe we should come back tomorrow. Start fresh, you know?
Are you alright? You seem nervous.
Nervous? Just look at me. I'm steady as a leaf. Steady as a rock, I mean. Even so, I prefer that you be the one to use the lantern. It's these damn Red Guard taboos. Undead spirits and creatures will really put us off our appetite.
You sure you want to contact this ghost then?
Yes, absolutely. No one ever said writing the world's greatest romance novel would be easy. Goosebumps or no, I'm going to unravel this tale and put it to good use. Now then, let's get on with it
Hey,
before
welcome
I
to the
lose my
stream. How are you? Alright, I'll test this lantern of yours.
Perhaps they're near that overturned slab?
Well, that worked.
Who intrudes upon my grief? Giovas is lost. My son is lost. How that remains is sorrow.
Good to hear. Welcome, and
Tell
thanks
us,
for coming.
Feathers, I was right.
You can see me? It matters little. The miseries of Castle Giovas bind me here. Bind all of us here. We are cursed. Our gardens wither. Our once great walls crumble. And my gentle son feels nothing but heartache.
Who are you? What brought this curse on this castle?
I am Duchess Estella of Castle Giovas. As for the curse, it is the work of a vile trollop named Elizinda. Arcane scorn her soul. My darling boy, Mathen was infatuated with her. And how did she repay his affection? By murdering him in cold blood.
Why did Azinda kill your son?
I cannot bear to speak of it anymore. My poor Mathen. I sense his presence sometimes. He's bound to the place where he died. An old cottage northeast of Giovas. Place where he and Elizinda twisted.
Alright, I'll go check out the cottage and speak with your son, Mathen.
Help him. Help my son. Succeed where his mother failed.
Alright, Ysura.
It worked! I told you it would work! Tall Papa's breeches, what a tale! A ghostly duchess, lusty young nobles, betrayal and murder. This story's got it all. Whew. Is it getting hot out here or is it just me?
It's probably just you. The Duchess says her son, Mathen, was cursed.
Yes, tied to a cottage nearby. I can almost picture it. Rustic, secluded, tossel quilts, embers smoldering on the hearth. Gives me the prickles. Almost makes you forget someone likely died there.
What's that?
The Duchess said the lover's name was Elizinda. That was my great-great-grandmother's name. It can't be a coincidence, can it? She lived in Gideon for a time before moving back to Alakir. Do you think my ancestor murdered Mathen?
There's only one way to find out. Let's go talk to Mathen. Find the lover's cottage. We're going outside of Gideon. If I can find my way out of Gideon. Ha. Yes, sir? You totally screwed me over there. I was trying to deactivate that plant.
The Duchess mentioned, I think. Not all that romantic, is it? Let's look around.
Well, I mean, it probably was more romantic, you know, several years ago before, you know, everything started falling into ruin. Alizinda's journal. 2nd seed, 12th. Oh, how long is this? Okay, it's not that long. Oh, he says it so sweetly. Alizinda, you are my moonlit night, my daytime warmth of the sun. But is that just the way a noble might speak to his mistress? I sometimes fear that Mathen sees me as nothing more than see me as nothing more than a spring diligence. I know that I can't measure up to the Nibelunese ladies whom swoon at his approach. I know I have little to offer, but even so, I feel a love for him that's warmer than the Alakir desert at its high sun. I hope he knows that. Mid-year, 8th. Oops. He loves me, tall Papa's breeches. What did I do to deserve such a man? He told me I fretted in vain. He says his heart belongs to me and me alone. He even spoke of marriage. Can you imagine? All my dreams are coming true. Mid-year, 16. I was such a fool. Love? It's a cruel joke. All Mathen's talk of marriage and travel were nothing but lies. Honey words to let him indulge in rebellious frivolities. The other women told me he has proposed to someone else. The heir to the northern province who has not yet arrived. I'm sure the Duchess is very proud. Well, I won't be made a fool of, not any more. Mid-year, 18th. All is prepared. Mathen plans to meet me at the cottage tonight. It has to be tonight. Every night my anger grows dimmer and the sadness takes its place. He broke my heart. He used me. If I don't make him pay now, I fear I never will. Damn you, Mathen. Damn you for making me hurt the one I love. I feel kind of bad for her, honestly. Cashew, the rights of maturity. We're not going to read this whole thing. I'm just getting it from my lore book collection. Tarnished Ring of Mara. He was planning to propose.
Nothing but creaky floorboards and old weeds for me. I knew I should have brought my spectacles. What did you find?
I found an old ring in a journal belonging to Alizinda.
May I? Her anguish just jumps off the page, doesn't it? So, Mathen intended to marry someone else, and Alizinda killed him in a fit of passion. Can you imagine loving someone so deeply that you end up murdering them? Gods, that's romantic. Sort of.
I think we have very different definitions of what is romantic, Ysura. Do you think the ring belonged to her as well?
It's a ring of Mara, the sort of ring used in a pledge of marriage. Mathen might have intended to give it to this mysterious fiancé, or... I'll hang on to the ring. Let's use the lantern. Maybe Mathen can shed some light on this.
Alright, I'll light the lantern to call out Mathen's ghost.
Who's there? Alizinda, my love. Is it you?
So this is Mathen? Gracious. Grandmother Alizinda clearly knew how to pick them.
Oh, gracious.
This light, it offers some respite from my sorrows. You have my thanks. I am Mathen Galenus, heir to the Duchy of Gioves. What brings you to this place?
Your mother, Duchess Estella, asked us to speak to you. She said you're both victims of a curse.
Curse? Is heartache not curse enough? My great love, Alizinda, poisoned me on the very night I meant to propose to her. Someone deceived her. Told her I meant to marry another. She killed me, yes. But it was an act of jealous grief, not a witchcraft.
So if Alizinda didn't lay a curse on you, why are you and your mother still here?
I do not know. I've learned that certain objects hold a grip on the soul. Things we treasure in life. In my darkest moments, I sometimes feel drawn to the chapel where they laid my body to rest. I see harsh light glinting of my golden armor.
Do you think this golden armor could be what's keeping you here?
Maybe. These long, gray years make it difficult to think. Seek out the chapel. You will find it to the west, amidst the ruins of the castle. If my armor keeps me in this sorry state, I beg you to find it. Without love, there is nothing for me here.
Alright, we'll go to the chapel and look for your armor.
My lady, forgive my impertinence, but you are the very image of...
Hey, M-Sharp, welcome to the stream. We're helping a romance writer try to find material for her next novel.
I believe I'm her descendant. I'll catch up to you at the chapel, alright? I need to jot down some notes.
At last, fate grants me kindness.
How are you doing today, M-Sharp? Yeah, that's fair. Right, let's look around the chapel.
Well, here we are, and not a scrap of golden armor in sight. Let's have a look around.
Called incantation. Gaze deep into a mother's sorrows and pluck the seed of fury. Call forth the bitter ghost to help light spirit's path. Restore life lost by blood with shadows long and twisted. Return what murder took, no price is too dear. Oh dear.
What's that you've got there? Not a golden helm by any chance.
No, some strange lines written out. Have a look.
A magical incantation. The handwriting is different from Alizinda's journal. That means she can't be responsible for the curse. I knew my ancestor wasn't a sorceress. A murderer? Maybe, but not a sorceress. Of course, this all begs the question.
Who really placed the curse on the castle?
Yes, and more importantly, why? The person who cast the spell clearly had an axe to grind. Maybe it was a court wizard or some jilted witch. My novel's less romance and mystery at this point. Let's use the lantern again. Maybe the culprit's here.
Alright, I'll light the lantern again.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you caring for my boy?
Hello, Duchess.
Did you find my dear Mathen? Can't I trust you to locate a simple cottage?
We found Mathen, but Alizinda didn't place the curse on Givenice. Someone else did.
How is that possible? It had to be Alizinda. When Mathen died, the duchy's light died with him. That red-guard wench cast us into darkness. If I could just have brought him back, I could have...
Wait, you tried to bring Mathen back from the dead?
Yes. Harkay, forgive me. I wept over his body in this very chapel for 3 days without sleep or nourishment. My grief was ocean deep. He was my only boy. So I cast a simple spell. I tried to draw him back with promises of glory. I failed.
You can't bring the dead back in Tamriel, lady. It doesn't work. Tell me more about the spell.
I cast the spell over his armor and sword, but it went awry. I wrote everything down. You can find my notes in my private study beneath the eastern wall. If you find his helm, breastplate, and shield too, you might be able to set things right.
Alright, I'll look for your notes in Mathen's armor.
Necromancy? How could she?
You. Oh, I see you well enough, Redguard. You think I don't notice the family resemblance? You stay away from my boy.
Tava's feathers. Bit touchy, isn't she? Let's make our way to this private study.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
You are, Mary, you are. It's just the problem is that these enemies don't have any sense of reason, so there's no point in trying to reason with them. Hello, welcome to the stream.
His own mother, toying with dark...
Okay, soon my beloved Mathen will return, but there's still much to do. The ritual demands that I bury the talismans, these armor pieces under the clumps of Heartsbane. The foul poisons of the plant are meant to keep meddlesome spirits at bay. It's just a matter of where to put them. I will plant his cuirass near the well so his heart is rejuvenated. I must bury his helm near the wall so that he can see what danger approaches. His shield will rest near the gate to protect the castle and his spirit. Lastly, I will place his sword in the care of an ancestor. There is danger here, but I have to try. You're lucky she didn't die.
Duchess Estella's notes that quickly? Thank Rooped Guy can rely on your eyes. Can barely see a thing in this place. What do they say?
Apparently, the spell involved burying Mathen's armor near clumps of Heartsbane.
Really? Oh, I think I spotted some on the way across the castle grounds. I knew that herbalism workshop would come in handy someday. If we do manage to find the armor, be careful pulling it out of the tangle. Heartsbane's quite deadly.
I'll be careful.
I saw a clump of Heartsbane on the way here. Come on!
It's called putting on
This
gloves,
way,
lady.
I think.
Which, I'm not really wearing gloves. I mean, sort of wearing gloves. My fingers are
There!
exposed, so...
That's Heartsbane, right? You found his helm? We're off to a great start. Unless... Come here a moment. Sorry. I feel like we've assembled most of the clues to this mystery, but I just can't shake the feeling that we're missing something here.
What do you mean?
Well, Duchess Estella got them into the situation, right? She cast the ugly spell that cursed poor Mathen, and now we're gathering up the items she used to make this mistake in the first place? It can't be that simple. What are we missing?
You think there's more that she's not telling us?
Maybe, maybe not. She wasn't a professional necromancer. Maybe she missed something too. Remember what Mathen told us? Certain objects take hold of the soul. If that's the case, isn't it odd that we found him in the cottage instead of the chapel?
We found the Ring of Mara in the cottage. Do you think that might play a role in this?
Only one way to find out. Let's use the lantern again. I'm still carrying the ring. If he followed us here, maybe we're onto something.
Alright, I'll ignite the lantern again. Oh god, the demonic chicken's on it. Burn the stone! Burn the stone!
Lady Ysara, I had not expected to see you again. Why do you summon me?
Bok, bok, bok!
Where are we? It's been so long since I walked the grounds of the castle. I scarcely recognize it. Whatever the place, it is good to speak to someone again. And to see the fair image
Hell,
of
no,
Ysara.
fury, like a demonic chicken burn. And you can't Kentucky fry a demonic chicken. Your mother is responsible for the curse. She told us to find your armor so we can break the spell.
Spell? Some ill-conceived plot to resurrect me, I presume. Mother never could suppress her passion for the occult. Now we both pay the price. But even so, I feel something else now. Some other force that nags at my soul. Something fairer, softer.
We found the ring that you planned to give Azazanda before she murdered you.
My ring of Mara? I had not thought to see it again. I see it clearly now, though. rest near the heart of the fair Lady Ysara. The course is clear, friend. Gather my armor and rid me of the curse. In the meantime, I will bask in Ysara's glow.
What do you mean?
Lady Ysara, you bear not only Alizinda's ring, but her spirit as well. Had I a heart, it would pound like a drum at the sight of you.
Thank you, Mathen. I'm sorry for what happened to you. My friend and I will fix it, I promise.
Having you beside me is all I need. Come, let me sweep you away. Find my armor and break the curse. Your friend will be safe with me in the meantime.
Oh my! What just happened?
I have no idea what just happened, but it's really weird.
Mathen, what did you do?
I'm still expecting by the time I get to the end of this DLC, the demonic chicken will put on a dark cloak and like bow to Mayor's Dagon. And like, I have delivered him to you, my master. I'm like, dang it, chicken, I knew you'd betray me eventually. Do all these years together mean nothing? And the chicken's like, balk, balk, balk.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Trying to find... Oh, I'm supposed to use the spirit lantern. Oops. Probably back over here where I found the piece. No, it's back in here, right? No, where am I supposed to use the spirit lantern? It's not back in here. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, here we go. This works.
You summon me again? Did you find the armor?
Yep.
Where is your lecherous friend? Just like her ancestor, ensnaring her betters, meddling in family affairs. Huh. Mathen should be thanking me for sparing him the pain.
Mathen abducted her. What do you mean by sparing him the pain?
Mathen truly meant to marry Alizinda. A woman with no pedigree, no means, and no great talent. She was a no one. I couldn't bear the idea of him throwing his future, and that of our duchy, away over some childish romance. So I spread a rumor.
You convinced Elizonda that Mathen meant to marry someone else?
I only meant to split them apart. It was for his own good. Typical of low-bred paupers, she overreacted. Mathen died by her hand, not mine. None of this matters. What matters is breaking the curse. I need one last object. The sword of Gioves.
Where's the sword?
It is in the mausoleum, beneath the Great Bridge, guarded by Calvis Vannon, first Duke of Gioves. Retrieve the sword and bring everything you found to Tavia's tower. If all goes as it should, we can reverse the spell and set both of us free.
The ritual had better free Ysura too.
I don't want that woman lingering near my son any more than you do. Find the sword and bring it to the tower.
It's not that I don't want her lingering near him. It's like, she's alive and needs to be in the land of the living, not wherever the heck she is right now. Cannot be good for a living person to be abducted by a dead person. I just picked up ectoplasmic discharge. That sounds so gross. Sounds like everybody here is kind of terrible. Horrible. Yeah. Well, we should probably just burn this fucker to the ground when we leave.
You leave.
You know, how am I walking through water while discharging electricity and not be shocked to death? That's what I want to know. How? Magic. I mean, if you want to go with the easy answer. I bet I can't access the tower from this side. Dadgummit, I'm going to have to go back in and find my way around again. Hold on, let me mount up. It'll be faster that way. Simple answer, but an effective one, yes. Here we go, that worked a lot better. I should have just done this the first time. Alright, using the spirit lantern. Look, Ysera's even in new clothes, by the way. She's wearing a different set of clothes than she was.
This curse.
And now I part with the Lady Ysera as well? Is there nothing you won't take from me?
Place the regalia, adventurer. It is well past time we left.
Farewell, dear lady. I wish we had more time.
Mathan! Why aren't you... Mathan!
Farewell, terrible lady. Nobody likes you.
Still here?
My poor Mathan. What went wrong?
I am sorry for absconding with dear Lady Ysera. I found myself conflicted, torn between two intentions. One in the cursed armor, and another in the Ring of Mara. You sundered Mother's curse, but it seems my soul remains tied to the ring.
You mean you're still trapped here despite breaking the curse?
Trapped? Perhaps. The foul burden of necromancy no longer weighs me down, but my connection to the ring is no less intense. It's passionate, fiery. It's like all my unfulfilled dreams and desires remain bound to that band. And to Lady Ysera.
Is there a way to free you?
Perhaps. Part of me still yearns for the warmth of Aetherius. But now, as I behold the beautiful Lady Ysera, I'm given pause. She is so like my beloved Alizinda, with a heart as warm as the sands she walked as a child. I must speak with her.
Alright, I'm sure she wants to talk to you too.
Lady Ysera, light of my afterlife. That ring you carry is the key to my heart. I leave my fate in your hands.
My hands? Mathan, what are you saying?
If you choose to wear the ring, I will remain by your side.
Mary, you're in the way.
Attentive and loving guardian.
Are you serious? Tall Papa, preserve me.
Destroy the ring, and I will pass to Aetherius.
Oh, the chicken is ruining the mood.
Lady. It's yours.
Alright, Ysera, what do you have to say?
Did I just get a proposal from a ghost? Up until now, the only man who ever wooed me was a stable hand in Bergamo. I know I should recoil at this. It's profane, blasphemous, right? But gods, he's cute. And the way he speaks, it's like a dream.
He said the choice is yours.
Ugh! How could he lay something like this at my feet? I can barely decide which boots to wear most days. When he abducted, swept me away, he told me his heart was torn to pieces. He said I was the only balm. He said I was his second chance.
Yeah, but... do you think that's true?
I don't know. Aside from the whole ghostly murder victim thing, this is what my heart always yearned for. It's why I write romance novels. The thought that I could bring him love and joy is intoxicating. Still, he deserves peace and rest, right?
Alright, so we have a choice, everyone. We have two choices. We can either say you should seize this opportunity for love and keep the ring, where he will stay near her, and he'll be her ghostly boyfriend. Or we can say he deserves rest. Give me the ring. I'll destroy it and set him free, and we can let him pass into Aetherius. Now, to be fair, we have to look at this from all angles. He loved her great grandmother, and she looks exactly like her great grandmother. So the question is, how much of his attraction to her is just because she looks like her dead ancestor, and how much of it is because he actually is interested in this new girl, whom he's only seen for like not even like 20 minutes. Like, I don't know. I personally set his soul free on my own character, but that's not how we do things here. We get the audience to help participate. So anybody who's in the chat right now wants to put in your opinion. This is a chance. Shall we support their unusual romance, or should we set him free and let him pass into Aetherius? Tell her to find a different ghost boyfriend, set him free. So I have one for set him free. Does anyone else want to put in your 2 cents? We'll give it until the 41-minute mark, and then if there's no other votes by then, we will set him free. This is too weird. All right, any last minute votes? Going. All right, we're doing Mathin Soul deserves rest. Give me the ring and I'll destroy it and set him free.
I want you to stay, Mathin. I really do. But it wouldn't be fair to you or Alazinda. Our friend will destroy the ring.
I understand. Yours is a loving heart, Ysara. I pray you find someone worthy to share it with.
Goodbye, Mathin. Ugh. Isn't this always the way? You find the man of your dreams, but it turns out he's the lost soul of a man your ancestor poisoned in a fit of passion 200 years ago. Just my luck.
You did the right thing letting him go.
You're right, of course. I'm desperate for some grand romance, but it's no more real than my stories if I act selfishly. Ugh. Let's focus on the good things, right? A curse broken, a writer inspired, and it's all you're doing. Thank you, my friend.
I know you're upset, but...
Gods, he was gorgeous. I'll find someone, eventually. But I doubt they'll have a chest like that.
Will you write about this?
Are you joking? Of course I'm going to write about this. Tragedy, lies, murder, necromancy, intrigue, true love. This will be a bestseller, guaranteed. More importantly, it will help me remember Mathin.
Will you tell your family about Elizonda?
No. I have crown blood on my mother's side. The idea that a beloved ancestor who accomplished so much in Sentinel played a role in some salacious and deadly affair? It would not go over well. At all. Better to keep that to myself.
This all happened fairly quickly. Did you really feel something for Mathen?
I did. At least, I think I did. I've never been one of those women who thinks about marriage and children. That's why I have my novels, right? To revel in the fun part of love. The only part I've ever really been interested in.
But that was something... this was something more?
Maybe. I guess we'll never find out, will we? One thing's for sure, love is much more complicated than I ever gave it credit for. That shouldn't really come as a surprise to someone who writes about it professionally, but here we are.
Will you tell... Oh, I already asked that question. Alright, we're on to the next mission. Woo, let's get out of here. And burn this fucker to the ground. Okay, I know it's still there, but let's just imagine that it's on fire, okay? Let's just pretend I set it on fire and then ran away. Supposed to be a sky shard around here somewhere too. A fun mental image. Let's just pretend that I set the world on fire. Oh, there it is, sky shard. Whoop. Alright, to the next location, and away! Location-wise, I missed a few streams, so where are you now? Alright, so we are outside of Gideon. If you're familiar with Gideon, it's a city that was in the Elder Scrolls 1 arena. It's not been seen in 20-something years. Let's see, we went down here and helped Lady Laurent and Stibbons end a curse at Glen Bridge. Trying to see, what else did we... We've done, we helped Miri rescue her brother. We helped Bastion save his foster brother. And we've done the first quest, which took us to Tidewater Cave and Fort Blue Blood and Gideon, and just it took us all around. Oh, and we also did Border Watch, where we liberated Border Watch from a group of fanatics. So... not a whole lot. We still have a whole bunch to go left in the zone, but yeah, we're just north of Gideon in Black Marsh. Yeah, we ceased to be in Cyrodiil a little while ago, so I believe the Cyrodiil line is like right over in this area somewhere. And then the rest is Blackwood from there, or not Blackwood. I think the Cyrodiil line is over there, and then the Black Marsh line is like, we're in Black Marsh currently. Yes, Blackwood is lower East Cyrodiil, where it touches to Black Marsh. Here, I'll show you on the map. See, here's Cyrodiil. And this is part of Cyrodiil, of course. This is part of Cyrodiil, and it connects here. Touches Northern Elsewhere, Murkmire, and Shadowfen. And of course, the rest of Shadowfen that's not been filled in yet. Alright, and we have another quest up here to do. We're going to talk to him, Jess. Or him, Jess.
Not even my strength can hold back an entire brigade.
Just stay out of it, Hinjas. We have lost too many lives already. Yours need not be included.
Ah, you look strong and capable. I could use your help. Tensions between my tribe and the Imperials who've set up camp nearby are close to a breaking point. While I often solve issues with my Wamasu-like strength, I fear it will not be enough here.
What's going on?
Members of my tribe have gone missing. We captured an Imperial lieutenant to question him about it, but everyone is so angry already. If my tribe executes him before we actually get to the bottom of this, it will only make things worse.
So what do you need from me?
What this situation needs is an outsider's perspective. My people are too enraged to think clearly, and the lieutenant will not talk to us anyway. We need someone outside the tribe to mediate. You would be compensated, of course. What do you say?
I'll talk to the lieutenant and find out what happened to your missing people.
I am sure our combined heroism will save my tribe from this plight. The Imperial lieutenant is just ahead. While you speak with him, I will head to the northern swamps to continue investigating. Meet me there when you are finished.
Who are you arguing with just now?
That was Oleg, a member of the tribe and a good friend. He is adamant that the Imperials are responsible for our missing people, but does not think I should involve myself. His opinion is shared by many, sadly.
Why?
My heroic deeds have caused a few mishaps of late. In addition, everyone is convinced of the Imperials' guilt. But an intelligent, seasoned adventurer such as myself is more skeptical. Mainly because we, have no evidence.
What else could be taking your people?
No idea. But hopefully, speaking with the lieutenant will shed some light on that. If his people are innocent, then he might help guide us to the real enemy. And if they are not, then I will strike them down with the power of a grot oak.
Why are tensions so high between your tribe and the Imperials?
The Imperials from Reewish have been expanding their territory eastward for some time. Now they creep like moss on the edges of what my tribe considers our land. At first, they were just a nuisance. We assumed the swamp would deal with them in time.
Do they threaten you?
No, just the opposite. They wish to work with us to help expand their holdings and offered valuable goods in trade. But my tribe turned their tails at them. Too many times our people have been pushed from our homes with fake promises.
What happened then?
The Imperials left us alone, but refused to leave the area. Eventually, tension turned to arguments. Shortly after, members of our tribe began to vanish. It was like flame to a dried tree.
Who are you arguing with just now?
That was Oleg, a member of the tribe and a good friend. He is adamant that the Imperials are responsible for our missing people, but does not think I should involve myself. His opinion is shared by many, sadly.
All right.
We
you
told
are the one I should
him
thank
to
for
stop
saving
trying
my
to
home
recruit
from
strangers.
Oh, not another one. Look, I already told you. Oh. Wait, you're not from this tribe, are you? Thank the divines. I've tried telling these others that my brigadines have nothing to do with their disappearing people, but they won't listen.
You can talk to me now. What's going on here?
I'm an officer in Leowin's Ivory Brigade. We've been trying to expand trade routes out here, but we're not kidnapping people. My brigadines are missing too. I was pursuing a lead to find them when I got ambushed and thrown in this cage.
What lead?
I was investigating the great number of beasts that have started congregating by the water's edge. It's like they've taken over. Nothing about it seems natural. My theory is that those monsters are responsible for our missing people.
How so?
They're vicious, and the sheer number of them all at once is undoubtedly lethal. But my commander's skeptical. He thinks the Argonians are retaliating for us getting too close to their territory. And if he gets wind of this, he'll respond in kind.
Outsider, this Imperial speaks lies. Our people did not vanish until they arrived. I understand that Himjas asked for your help, but he can be overzealous. We have the situation under control. Our prisoner feigns ignorance, but he does not tell the whole truth. This dry skin was found trespassing in our swamps to the north.
He claimed he was looking for his missing people.
Always excuses with these Imperials. First they show up claiming to seek trade. When we ask that they leave, they camp near our borders, and more arrive each day against our wishes. Suddenly, our people go missing. This is no coincidence.
Why would the Imperials take your people?
I wish I knew. There is a supposed peace between my people and the Imperials. Keshu the Blackfin ensures that. But that does not mean some do not still break rank, especially if they want to lay claim on a new land. But why not just attack us?
Himjas seems to want to figure that out.
Himjas is enthusiastic to a fault. He thinks himself a hero, but usually just ends up getting himself into more trouble. This is no different. If you insist on helping, then I suggest you drag him out of the northern swamps before he hurts himself.
All right.
There you are. This is where our investigation begins. Let us look around. There are footprints ahead, toward the water. This is where I gallantly apprehended the lieutenant. We are on the right track. Let us continue. Argonians and Imperials. It looks like they were fighting back to back, defending themselves. Their wounds are jagged too. Perhaps we will find survivors farther up this way.
So they were working together when they fell instead of separately.
All right, don't cry for mummy.
Well, that doesn't look good.
We use this dye for rituals. Is this what woke those totems? Let us follow the footprints.
Keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
Yeah. I just noticed that you replied, sorry.
This is the largest of those totems I mentioned earlier. Oh no.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
I think I understand. These totems, the dye was used to paint runes upon them, which must have activated their latent magic. But those runes are only known to this tribe. The Imperials could not have done this. It had to be one of our own.
What do the runes do?
With these runes, whoever is responsible turned this totem and the others into very powerful lures. That explains the excess of creatures coming out of the swamp. They would be drawn out in droves by this kind of magic.
Why would someone do that?
I do not know. It is incredibly dangerous, even with someone as skillful as me protecting the tribe. These creatures do not discriminate who they hunt. We need to stop this.
How do we do that?
I am not sure. My brute strength and fortitude do not lend themselves easily to the inner workings of tribe magic. But perhaps fortitude is all we need. Let us try smashing it. You go first. I will save my strength in case we have need of it.
Well, that didn't work.
Despite my yelping, I was not afraid.
I was not afraid.
There is no shame in being frightened, of course. If you are alarmed, do not worry. You are safe with me.
I'm gonna throw you off this Zunmir.
Anyway, that was a great effort on your part. But perhaps hitting it is not enough.
What do you mean? What do we do now?
This is now beyond my capability. I believe the magic of these totems and the secret to destroying
Punching magic does
be
not
known
make
by
it
the
better.
elder of my tribe, Naish Nurwal. I think we need to speak to her if we are to learn anything more.
But I cast fish, or I cast fist. Where is Nelhish Norwal?
She should be back in the village. I will head there first and explain the situation, but I believe you should speak with her as well. Nahish Nurwal does not always take my counsel. I will meet you there.
Very well.
I will return and speak to Nahish Nurwal. Meet me there when you can.
I cast fish. Take a tuna out of my pack and slap them with it. Take your tuna out of your pack and smoke it.
Bodies of Imperials and our own?
Yes, fighting together, and their wounds were jagged, as if they were from mighty beasts.
Himjas, if this is another story, Nahish Narwal, I will go verify the truth of this claim.
Narwhal.
I appreciate your willingness to help, outsider, but you must understand. Himjas has a strong heart, but he often invents problems in order to test his heroism. This matter with the Imperials is likely simpler than he insists.
Actually, one of your people is responsible for the missing people, both Argonian and Imperial.
What? This is a very serious accusation. The idea that one of our own caused so much pain, it is as hard to chew as thick bark. Is what Himjas said about the bodies true? Please, tell me all that you know.
Somebody used magical runes to turn the totems into lures, which attracted the creatures from the swamp.
The creatures in the swamp are incredibly vicious, even in small doses. It's no wonder so many have fallen prey. It seems our prisoner was not lying to us. Those totems are ancient and very powerful. Meddling with them is quite dangerous.
We tried destroying the largest one, but failed.
The one at the top of Zal Aristotle? I'm not surprised. Dismantling lures as powerful as this will require going inside the Zanmir. Unfortunately, as time abandoned Zal Aristotle, its depths filled with nightmarish horrors.
Then what should we do?
We have no choice but to venture inside the Zanmir. But we do not have enough people to do so safely. We have lost too many of our warriors. You are here as a mediator. Perhaps you could convince the Imperials to assist us in this matter.
I can try.
Good. Hopefully he will be willing to appeal to his superiors. Regardless, I will make sure he is freed. Take this. It is a ward that will unlock the main entrance of Zal Aristotle. I will gather as many warriors as I can, and meet you there.
I'll speak to the lieutenant and then enter Zal Aristotle.
Gods, this can't be happening. I heard what was discussed. I can hardly believe it. They were so quick to pin the blame on us, and the whole time it was one of their own people? I suppose it doesn't matter now. We've all lost friends. What we need to do is fix this.
Do you think the people will be willing to help the Argonians enter the Zanmir?
The Ivory Brigade is far from petty. I'm sure there will be some who are unhappy about it, but even they will understand the need to work together in order to stop this. I'll speak with my commander if I'm free to go. I'm sure I can convince him.
The Argonians will free you. Go speak to your captain.
My apologies on behalf of my tribe, Lieutenant. Let us get you out of there.
I will meet you at the ruins.
Yeah, but I'm sure he's not happy about this. I mean, can you blame him? Can you really blame him for being unhappy that he got thrown in a jail cell for no reason?
Should be along the bottom of the structure. Let us hurry. There, the door. Quite dark in here. Why don't you lead?
Come on, Mary. Take him down yourself. Show me what you can do, Mary. Good job.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant homages. I hope you...
Curse you relics, why will you not stop?
Well, we know who's responsible now.
Himjas, I am sorry. I cannot disable the lures, no matter how hard I try. My touch causes them to fade, yet they return within seconds. When I take my axe to the stone, my blade only dulls. I blame the Imperials for our missing people. I was a fool.
Why did you do it?
I was trying to protect my people. Too many times dry-skins have come to our swamps in an attempt to claim them. These Imperials seemed no different. I hoped to frighten them. I activated the totems to try and chase them off.
Him just said they've been turned into lures.
Yes, our people once used them as a means to gather food and resources. When the totem is active, creatures are drawn to its aura like a Kotugawa to blood.
You didn't think that there was a connection between the lures and your missing people?
I did not know how dangerous this ancient magic truly was. I did not understand my actions were the cause of all this. Not until I heard about the bodies you and Himjas found. And once I realized, it was already too late.
But you came here to try and fix things anyway?
Yes, but it is impossible. Nothing I do works. The magic replenishes itself within mere moments. I am truly sorry. We should evacuate our people to Gideon before Hutanzel is overrun.
Help is coming.
Help is here, my friend. Let us begin.
Nahish Nurwul. And the Imperials? I'm sorry. This is my fault.
Time for blame can come later. We're here to help.
Olik's actions were foolish. These lures have lain dormant for a reason. The magic within them is dangerous. Still, the actions of the past cannot change the present. What is done cannot be undone. But we can ensure that no one else gets hurt.
How do we do that?
A ritual. To dismantle the lures, they must be touched above ground and below within a few moments of one another. It requires an act of unison. Perhaps it is a test from those that came before us. A lesson of sorts. Now it falls to us to learn.
How do we coordinate above and below?
The Imperials agreed to post their soldiers above ground. They're already in position and awaiting orders. Once you activate a lure below, its partner above the surface will flicker, signaling the Imperials to act. Do you understand?
Yes, but what will you be doing?
I will return above to coordinate our efforts. If something were to go wrong, I want to be able to help remedy it. You and Himjas must dismantle the lures down here and rejoin us when you are finished. Good luck to you, outsider, and thank you.
Himjas and I will handle the lures down here.
Thank you.
We will fix this.
First one is disabled. Go, 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 go.
Seems the Imperials up above are succeeding as well.
That's a vorpal plasm.
Last one. Now I will make a swift, daring exit and run back to the village. Meet you there.
Swift, daring escape, you say?
Lieutenant, as well as my tribe's friendship.
Thank you. I assure you, we will do everything in our power to make sure this is the start of a prosperous friendship between our people.
A great success. We are victorious and strong, and all mostly intact.
The totems have fallen silent above ground. I assume you and Him Jas were also successful from below. The beast should move on now. I do not think they will trouble us any more than they did before all this. We will all be safe.
Are things resolved between you and the Imperials now?
In large part because of your efforts, we were able to find common ground and the desire to communicate. I have personally apologized for our responsibility for the bloodshed, and they have been gracious enough to accept my sincerity.
What will happen to Oleg?
Oleg was trying to protect his people, and we understand that. But his actions cost lives on both sides, and for that he must be punished. It pains me, but it is necessary. Oleg understands, and he will face his punishment bravely.
I see.
You have my enduring gratitude, traveler. Should your adventures ever bring you this way again, know that you may call us allies. I think Him Jas was looking for you. Be sure to say your farewells to him before you continue your journey.
The tribe will be telling stories of this for many years to come, I am sure. The mighty Him Jas, with his faithful partner, slashing through horrors in the darkness of ancient ruins without a shred of fear. Thank you for your help, friend.
What will you do now?
The tribe will flourish now that we are no longer fighting with the Imperials. As for me, I will continue performing heroic deeds across the coast. Great heroes like us never stay in one place too long.
I wish you luck, Him Jas.
Please, take this. Not only did you fight bravely, but you ensured a truce between my tribe and the Imperials. You saved many lives today. I will make sure no one leaves you out of the grand stories of our heroism.
Alright, complete quest.
We did it, friend. We fearlessly pursued the truth, cut through our foes with Wamasu-like strength, bested our enemies, and came out victorious. And I did not get terribly injured. This is a great day.
Are you angry with Oleg?
No, though I imagine some will be. I happen to understand what it is like to be impulsive and overconfident at times. I see why he did it, and in my heart, I know I can forgive him. Whether he can forgive himself is a different matter.
What about the Imperials? Will they forgive Oleg?
That I am not sure. But the fact that they put aside their grief and anger in order to help us in the ruins makes me believe that they understand better than I would have anticipated. I hope they forgive him, and that relations between us flourish.
Alright, and that's the end of this area. I am going to run to the bathroom real quick, and when I get back, we are going to the next area, which is up that way. So I should be right back. Continue onward. We are heading north. We to follow the road. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is being a lizard with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. If you're a lizard and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a lizard and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a lizard and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're a lizard and you know it, clap your hands. The road is long, so... Hey, there's an advertisement. There's a quest. Let's check it out. Come one, come all. Warm your soul with delight and daring. Watch the spectacular of the dance. Let the House of Reveries take you to a world of dreams. Find our fire south of Farmer's Nook. The House of Reveries? It's alchemy! Well, we have to help alchemy. Alchemy's our friend. For those who don't remember, we met Alchemy during the Somerset chapter. She was one of the head performers there. And look, it's our old friend Feathermoth.
It's quite a story, but I know the difference between a tall tale and a large problem. I'll help however I can.
I shudder to think what your elven circus would consider far-fetched. I'm not so sure I believe it myself.
Feathermoth.
My rival returns! Do you seek to pit your dancing skills against mine once again? Or have you simply come for the beautiful scenery?
How have you been, Feathermoth?
Quite well, thank you. The work of a master dancer never ends. And I hope this sojourn abroad will expose me to dances I've never encountered in Somerset. Did you know the Reach folk have a complicated ritual dance that goes back centuries?
You hope to learn the Reach folks dance?
Well, that would be grand, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, alchemy believes that any overtures would be met with harsh words at best and unsheathed weapons at worst. Still, I hold out hope that I'll learn something new during our travels.
Good to see you again, Feathermoth. You're not Firebird. Wolf Mother. Hold on, we'll talk to you in a second. Enigma's not who we're looking for. There she is, Clever.
Why, if it isn't my favorite juggler of daggers! I knew you took a fancy to me the moment we met, but I didn't expect you to follow me all the way out to Blackwood.
How you been, Clever?
Enjoying my time on the road. This is my first sojourn abroad since joining the House of Reveries, and I'm quite taken with the life of a traveling performer. There's so much to see and do and drink. Oh, there's so many different things to drink.
Does alchemy usually take an interest in local troubles?
She has a soft spot for people. Nothing makes her happier than bringing joy to others. When she sees people suffering, she just can't abide it. Her bleeding heart can be a bit of an inconvenience, but it makes her a good mentor and friend.
You mentioned her bleeding heart. What do you mean?
She's made all sorts of acts of kindness on the road, big and small, never for the praise. Alchemy may enjoy her accolades for her acting, but she's usually discreet with her charity. She even raised money for the orphanage in Leowin.
It's good to see you again, Clever. Enigma, how are you doing?
How wonderful to see you again. Have you come to spread the wonders of Nord culture to Farmer's Nook? Or did you leave Riggert behind on this journey?
Rigger's not with me this time.
A shame. Boisterousness aside, he can be quite entertaining under the right circumstances. Still, it's good to see you well and still about your travels. I figured you'd have been eaten by a dragon by now. I jest, of course. Don't give me that look.
Oh, Enigma. Alchemy, my dear friend.
My, you're as free-roaming as a traveling circus. I wouldn't have expected we'd cross paths on the other side of Tamriel. I would invite you to join us as a guest performer, but our show is cancelled indefinitely. On account of drama, ironically.
What seems to be the trouble?
There's a more sinister mischief in Farmer's Nook than the sort the House of Reveries trades in. I hear of townsfolk disappearing, only to turn up and act oddly. We only set camp recently, but the locals fear we've somehow caused their plight.
Do you have any idea what's happening here?
None. That farmer Hesef said his sister was among the afflicted, and she died recently. At least he thought she died, but she left no corpse. I must clear the troop's name. With the locals wary as they are, though, I need help. And I can pay.
Alright. I'll help you get to the bottom of this.
Hesef mentioned that 2 of his neighbors also had loved ones vanish. Braden DeVoe and Jahuz. Speak with them. They may be more open with a less grandiose traveler. You might also speak with Hesef directly, if you wish.
How have you been since I visited the House of Reveries?
Patching things up with my sister was easier than I expected. I should have given her more credit. They say you can never truly know another person, but talking helps. You should pay another visit. Maybe audition for real this time.
What are you doing out here?
Sleepy little towns like Farmer's Nook are the most in need of an escape from the mundane. We came to offer them some mirth and mystery, but it appears we've been upstaged. Well, our troop won't be outdone so easily. We have a reputation to uphold.
What are you planning to do?
Help, of course. I've devoted my life to liberating people from their troubles, however briefly. And if I can't do that from a stage, then I will take my talents where they are most needed.
This could be dangerous.
Have you forgotten already? I may have abandoned joining the Sapiarchy, but I was still a top candidate among many a talented scholar and mage. I don't have your experience as an adventurer, but I'm more suited to unraveling this mystery than most.
Have you been... Oh, I already asked that question. Alright, let's talk to Hesef. Am I saying that right? Hesef, do you think?
So, working with the mummers. They may seem strange, but you're safer resting at their camp than at the inn. Not to say Braden runs a poor establishment, mind. There's just strangeness afoot in our little village.
I'm helping Alchemy with your problem. She suggested I hear your story for myself.
Folk have been going missing of late, including my sister, Seal. Never for long, a few days. Just enough to plant a worry before they wander back as if nothing happened. But something did. They come back different. Like everything's unfamiliar.
Like she forgot everything?
Weren't her memory. She could recall details down to where she last left the salt, but acted like she'd never tasted it. She'd bring up things I'd long forgotten as if they'd happened yesterday. Started dredging up old hurts we'd put past us long ago.
Could they have been related to her disappearing?
Can't say. Felt like she wanted to relive the past, good and bad. Don't know what would have brought that on. We lead quiet lives now. Happy lives, I thought. Led, I suppose. She's gone now. If it was even her in the first place.
What happened to her?
Seal led me to our old swimming hole. Hadn't been there in decades. She dove right in like we did as kids. I looked away before she struck the water. She hit hard. When I screwed up the courage to look, just inky black water. She was gone.
That was the last time you saw her?
That's right. Even with that ink in the pool, I could tell her body weren't there. I searched around the swimming hole, too. Nothing. Not so much as a wet footprint or even more of that vile ink, like she'd vanished.
What sort of things did Celine bring up before she took you to the swimming hole?
A lot from our childhood, mostly. If our parents were around, they were deep in the skooma, so Seal and I had to look out for each other. Not so much anymore. The years have been peaceful here. I suppose we'd grown distant before she vanished.
You drifted apart?
No. Maybe. We'd sit down for meals together and tend the farm together, but there's not much to talk about in Farmer's Nook. Another field planted, another day gone by. Was she trying to tell me something? What was she trying to say?
What can you tell me about the time before your sister went missing?
We were all a bit shaken by what happened with Igmund, but things were getting back to normal. Until Seal went out to collect logs and didn't return. I begged the others to help me search for her, but they feared they'd vanish too.
Did you find anything?
Truth is, I didn't make it far myself. I thought I heard things in those woods. Even during the day, it felt like something was watching. When she showed up at the house again, I nearly fainted. I should have been relieved, but I felt haunted.
You think you could have been her ghost?
Can a ghost take your hand? Make a meal? If she slept, I never saw it. I barely slept myself. The staring was the worst. Felt like she was always watching, smiling. When she'd blink, it was like one eye was a hair shy of the other. Gave me chills.
Alright, let's continue on to the town. Hello.
Ah, careful. You might have scared the mayor. Who are you? What do you want?
I'm looking into the disappearances and strange way people are acting when they return.
You've come about Bugtail. I knew someone would, but my neighbors have kept their distance since he returned. I cannot blame them. I scarcely wish to take him back myself, not after Igmund and Seal, but I couldn't bring myself to turn him away.
Are you afraid of Bugtail?
Yes. Or rather,
Or a friend of...
I fear I will share his fate. Bugtail rode out to deliver a horse despite my protest. The gelding returned. He did not. Before I would have been the first to go looking, but I dreaded he'd return. Like the others. And he did.
Where is he now?
Dead. Or gone. For now. Even the horses could tell something was wrong with him. I fought with this one's reins as he groomed her, but she started and kicked Bugtail. Ink sprayed everywhere. When I cleared my eyes, it was all that remained.
I have some other questions if you're willing to share more.
I do not wish to speak of what has happened here, but I will. How many more will vanish and return to haunt us if no one tries to stop it? What is it you wish to know, stranger?
Who is Bugtail to you?
In the far-off land of Elsewhere, I was taken by Sea Elf privateers and sold into Imperial slavery. Bugtail had been a slave for many years when I arrived. Like many Khajiit after Queen Eurexia invaded Elsewhere. We bonded.
Euraxia. I still got the soul gem that contains her soul. Do you want to poke it? We bond. How did you escape?
You may think me a spinner of tall tales, but I swear I speak no lies. Bugtail and I were languishing under the hot sun, digging new metal for the Imperial Queen, when a dragon swooped out of the sky and scorched the land. In the chaos, we ran.
I believe you. I've been to elsewhere and seen the dragons. I may have accidentally let the dragons out of the halls of the Colossus. You know, just maybe that was my fault.
I hope those days have better prepared you for our troubles than I. Truthfully, I do not know what scared me more. Seeing that giant fire-belching beast, or my quiet friend standing at my door, like a phantom.
What about bug telling?
I would not have suspected anything amiss had I not known of what happened to Igman and Seal. There was nothing sinister in his look or manner. If anything, he regarded me more warmly than he had in years. Normally, he could go days without a word.
Any idea why he was so talkative?
He seemed to want to reminisce about our more adventurous days, before we escaped to Farmer's Nook and settled down to raise horses. They were livelier times, but I would not trade them for what I have now.
I am off my game at the moment. But I am swimming quickly because I'm a lizard, so I mean that does help. It's a nice quiet little place. I like Farmer's Nook a lot. And you can see the Abbey of Zenithar from here, which is really cool. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is. Hold on. I can just sit down in the... You can't sit down in the chair? Why can't I pet the doggies? Oh, there's Rhapsody. And there's Annette. And there's Ballad. Oh my goodness.
I miss roasting pupil squibs over a fire.
Such a lovely Lady Bard and her puppies. At least I assume they're her puppies.
Daedric magic at the Edrald estate? I'm just glad you were able to close.
We're out of meat and no hot meals. If those are luxuries to which you're accustomed, you can keep on moving and find another inn. What are you, some sort of adventurer? Yeah. Yeah, you look the part. Sorry I was short with you. Since Igman passed, I've had to work twice as hard and twice as long to run the inn. It's done my manor no favors.
What happened to Igmund?
Damned fool. He wanted to build a bonfire and drink the night away like we used to. Haven't seen Igman down mead like that since we were barely men. He lost his legs and tumbled into the fire. Nothing but cinders left by the time I doused the blaze.
No remains?
Not so much of a scrap of clothing. Just black, tarry ashes. Never seen anything throw such a thick black smoke. But it didn't smell like you'd expect. Hair and burned flesh. More like old hay or musty linens. It wasn't natural.
I'd like to ask you about what happened before Egmont's death.
I want to know what happened to my brother. Whether he's alive or truly dead. Even if the truth says he really did die in that fire, at least I can put my doubts to rest. What do you wish to know?
I heard Igman went missing for a little while.
That's right. He'd gone to get supplies from Gideon. What should have been a couple of days turned into more than a week. I'd begun to fear that he'd been robbed and left for dead on the road, but he wandered back into town like nothing had happened.
What did he say? Did he say what happened?
Said he got lost. As if he hadn't walked that road 1,000 times. I'd have accused him of gambling our money away on toad races, but he had every piece of gold he left with. How do you spend a week lost in the wood and not look worse for wear?
Was there anything else unusual about him after he returned?
Like he didn't have a care in the world. He seemed to be enjoying even the usual drudgery. Never thought I'd miss his belly aching over the chores, but he just didn't seem himself.
Didn't think you took her before.
No. Things were as they usually are in Farmer's Nook. Uneventful. It's exciting times when our little inn sees more than a couple travelers in a month. Ever since Igman got lost, things have been nothing but trouble.
How so?
2 others disappeared since Igman, and all 3 were acting strange before they met untimely ends. If that's even what you could call it. No one wanders from the village now. Some folk are sleeping in my inn just to stick close.
Alright, yeah, I think we're done here. Let's go ahead and
Wait
move
a
out.
moment, stranger. I need to speak with you.
Oh, this old lady wants to talk.
So you're the one's been asking questions about the people who've gone missing, then come back wrong?
That's right. Do you know something?
I don't like involving strangers in our affairs, but my daughter's gone. Not the first time, or even the 4th, that Anise has run off, but, well, you've heard what befell the others. I'm worried she's in real danger.
When did you last see Anise?
A few days ago. I punished her for neglecting her chores again. She must have snuck out in the night. I couldn't find hide nor hair of her in the morning. She hasn't been home since. She's a stubborn one. But normally she'd have come back by now.
You're afraid she vanished like the others?
I just want to know she's all right. I hate asking a stranger to do this, but no one else has the spine to leave the Nook right now. And I can't go traipsing after that rapscallion like I used to. Will you find Anise and bring her back to me?
Where should I start my search for Anise?
Our house is just over there, on the west side of town. There may be something among Anise's things that points to where she ran off to. But my nerves are too frayed to see it. I'm at my wit's end.
What can you tell me about Anise?
She doesn't want to live here in Farmer's Nook, I can tell you that. That girl's been trying to get out of here since she was old enough to walk. She's still convinced she's going to travel to Abbas Landing and join some pirate crew.
Anise wants to be a pirate?
It's not like I raised her to embrace a life of piracy. It's those books her father got her when she was young. Filled her head with ridiculous tales of far-off lands, adventures, and riches. I sailed in my younger days. It's not so
you can
glamorous.
be an adventurer without being a pirate. You don't have to be a pirate to be an adventurer and go to far-off lands and get riches and stuff. I don't understand why people turn to piracy as a means to adventure. What do you mean?
Sailing is days of rope burns and sunburns. It's being tossed about the cabin while a storm rolls your ship. It's bad food, stale water, and wondering if you'll ever make it home. And that's not the life she's dreaming. Oh no, she won't listen.
Yep, big castle. It's actually an abbey dedicated to the god Zenithar, which is the god of commerce. So it's a giant marketplace in a temple at the same time. Notched butcher knife. Found a map.
Well, any luck, stranger?
Some.
We don't have much, I know. Annie's never fails to remind me. Have you found anything that might lead to my daughter?
I found some fragments of a burned note in the fireplace. Was this yours?
That's just some old handbill Annie's had been hanging on to. Months old. Some vessel seeking fresh-faced deckhands that's long since pulled up anchor. I pitched it to the hearth after our last argument. Probably why she left. But not where.
Your butcher knife has taken some real abuse.
When Annie's was little, we couldn't keep her away from it. She'd grab it when we weren't looking and batter the walls and stairs, pretending it was her pirate sword. Drove my husband crazy. I've made do for so long I never bothered to replace it.
What about this map? I found it under her bed.
What's that doing out? Anice's plan for a fort. My husband built it for her when she was about 6. Well, it must be a moldering wreck by now. Unless... if she hasn't run off to join that elf circus. She might be there. It was east of here, in the hills.
I'll check it out. Oh, look who's come to micromanage me.
To find this Annie's girl, then. Tell me what you've learned. I wasn't able to overhear everything.
Ah, over here, listening in on people's conversations, huh?
You've been gone for some time. You managed to persuade the locals to share their stories with you, yes? Did their firelight tales share any common themes?
All the victims wanted to reminisce about the past and disappeared again after their sudden accidents. Or after sudden accidents.
Restless phantoms returning to say their last goodbyes before being spirited away once more? This really is beginning to sound like a ghost story. It's all a little too coincidental, don't you think? There has to be a common cause.
Maylene Featherrod asked me to look for her missing daughter, Anise. Have you seen her?
You and Hesef have been our only visitors at the camp. If Anise has only recently gone missing, there may still be a chance for us to find her before she becomes the latest victim in this ghost story. Do you have any leads?
It appears Anise might have run away to an old play fort in the hills near here.
Seeking out a more comforting time, no doubt. Let's hope she hasn't escaped into the arms of a monster. I'll follow your lead. My expertise in stage combat won't do us much good, but I have a few other talents and tricks up my sleeve.
Let's head to the play fort. You know, you could have at least learned a few tricks of the trade from the Sapiarchs before you abandoned them, but whatever. It would have been nice if you could, like, I don't know, cast a fireball or something. Woohoo! Found a Leywin shipping schedule. The Pirate Queen of the Gold Coast. The Varen's Wall. There's a lore book. The Wolf and the Pirate Queen. Someone's very
Seems our pirate raided the pantry before she left. She planned to be gone a while. Footprints coming here and heading somewhere else. I wonder what adventures this tiny sword has seen. I can picture our young heroine, wielding her imagination like a saber and cutting her way through all manner of adventure. I crave adventure and freedom. Play is my only escape. I come here to plan. I fantasize about leaving. Doubt holds me back. I need someone to believe in me. So often I'm alone, but today I have a visitor. Someone I trust. I go with them. I've never been more excited. I believe I have thrust to the heart of the matter. Hear me out.
What was it you were doing there?
Getting into character, you could say. Preparing for a part is all about understanding my role. How they think, how they feel. Anything and everything about who they are. I have always had a good head for details, and it serves me well as an actress.
What did you learn about Anise then?
She's young, or at least young at heart. She's unhappy with her life, but she feels trapped. She has a dream to follow, but she's too scared to go it alone. Only now, she's found help.
How do you know that?
One place to sleep, yet 2 mugs on the crate, both unfinished. And of course, 2 sets of footprints heading south, into the marsh, dancing all the way. The only way forward is to follow in their steps. Shall we dance too?
Let's see what we find in the marsh then.
I don't know who Annie's met out here, but the clues suggest that she wasn't in danger. Yet. We shouldn't dawdle.
Maybe she really is just running away.
That might very well be the case, though I have to wonder why she'd leave her pack behind if she had no intention to return. I don't like meddling in someone's family affairs, but let's confirm she's all right before we jump to any conclusions.
Any idea of who she may have met with here?
Someone she trusted enough to share a drink with. There's little doubt in my mind that she left with them voluntarily. The question is, was this person really who they appeared to be? We won't know the answer to that until we catch up with them.
Okay, let's head off to find this. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Why did you put an invisible wall right there?
The tracks lead to this ruin. Did Annie's come here seeking adventure? We should look around. Despite the smell, I don't think that's a funerary urn. The ashes are too fresh. There are bits of paper in this brazier, but most of these books are too soggy for tinder.
The Saga of Captain Wereshark, Volume 3. There's a lot of stuff about weresharks lately.
This book is well worn, but hardly old. Given the subject matter, I'd wager it belonged to Annie's. Well, this is troubling. I believe Annie's came here and performed some sort of ritual, and not the sort conjured from an overactive imagination. Whoever she followed here convinced her to make an offering to this place.
What makes you say that?
I'm certain that well-worn adventure book was a dear possession to Annie's. She wouldn't have torn pages from it for a lark. She burned them in that brazier with her own blood for some ritual purpose.
Any idea what that could be?
Daedric rituals weren't on my curriculum in the College of Sapiogs, but I've studied enough magic to puzzle this out. There's a good chance Annie's will return to town, like the others. If she does, confront her about this.
Alright, I'll head back now.
If Annie's does return to Farmer's Nook, be careful confronting her. The last thing we want is for her to do something drastic and come to harm like those who came before her.
What if the one who led Anise out here returns?
Afraid my witty repartee won't be enough to keep me out of trouble? I'm hurt. Trust me when I say I know how to make a dramatic exit when I need to, but if I don't return to town in a short while, assume the worst.
Is that supposed to make me feel better? Alchemy.
Anise, everything all right?
Your mother's looked all over for you. Where have you been?
Ugh, I ran away again, alright? Just be glad I came back at all. What's the big deal? This is the 7th time I tried running away in 3 years. Why are they all gawping at me like they're afraid to blink?
You're not the first person to disappear recently.
Do I know? No, I don't know you. Why do you care? And none of those people disappeared. They went after their dreams. I'm not the only one who has those, you know? Nobody wants to be stuck in Farmer's Nook for their whole life.
But you all came back, like you.
They just didn't want anyone to miss them. It's why I'm here now. I didn't want the last time my mom saw me to be after another fight. But they have to let us go sometime.
You make it sound like they're dead.
What? No, it's not like they're buried in a crypt or anything. I'm just trying to say I'm not the only one who felt trapped here. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I don't even know you.
I hate to interrupt, but...
Pretty sure you like interrupting.
May we have a word in private? So, that's Anise Favrard. What do you make of her?
I don't have anything to compare her to, but she might know more than she's letting on.
How apropos, considering that little library we found is a shrine to Hermaeus Mora. Though I'm still not sure how the Demon of Knowledge fits into this puzzle of ours. Why would Anise consort with it? Perhaps I should have made an offering of my own?
You're saying Anise was dealing with the Daedra?
It certainly looks that way. I didn't find anything relating to the ritual that was performed at that shrine, but some of those moldy tomes shed a little light on things. The Aliads, who used to live out here, revered Mora as their principal prince.
How does that help us?
The shrine we found was simply one of many ruins. I discovered record of another ruin near to Farmer's Nook. If we're dealing with a cult, or some other servants of Mora, it would make the perfect hideaway. What do you say we go check it out?
Could be worth investigating. Let's go.
The ruin I spoke of is north of town, not too far. I'll have a word with the innkeeper and Hesef about keeping Anise occupied while we work, but if you wish to speak with anyone else before we head out, I'll wait here.
Are you that worried about Anise?
We have reason to suspect that Anise is somehow involved in this mystery. Better to assume she is playing the role of the villain until we know more. Even if she's simply another victim of circumstance, it's safer for everyone that she stay put.
We've reached a place. The Saga of Captain Wershock, Volume 2. And I already know the answers to this, so I'm just going to answer the questions. I'm not going to...
Stand back, you swab! You cannot board this vessel until you have satisfied me, the mighty Flicker!
The mighty
Look
Flicker.
out, she's
Mighty Flicker?
From the Saga of Captain Wershock? That I did not expect. I'm afraid I only have a cursory knowledge of the Captain Wershock series. I find adventure stories rather shallow for a genre that professes to explore great depths. Try flipping through that book for inspiration, or improvise.
What about forcing my way through?
While that would make an extraordinary claim for the game of boasts, the mighty flicker there is nothing more than an illusion. The ward upon the door you'll find much stronger.
So how do we break the ward?
We don't. Trying to dispel or break it with force would be an undertaking, if not an impossibility. Unlocking it, however, might simply require you to play the part the Guardian expects you to play. And you have the script on hand.
The script?
No need to be so literal, love. It makes for dull lines. The book used in the ritual at that shrine earlier, the Saga of Captain Wershock. That should give you some insight into how the Guardian expects you to respond. Convince it that we belong.
Think you can sail with me, wee one? I've felled giants like trees. I've slapped a dragon around until it got down and licked my hand. I've kicked Molag Bal in the arse once, and he begged me to do it again. Ha ha! Answer me this. Why do we sail?
To find glory in battle.
And there you have it. What worth is booty if it isn't earned? What is a battle if you don't cut a bloody swath through your enemies? We sail for honor, for glory! Now brace yourself, wee one. You face the Argonian next!
The Argonian? Well, it's my fellow lizard.
Will the sea swallow you like so many others?
Hello, Hardscales.
The High challenge awaits you, sailor. Are you prepared to give our journey your all? Or will you wilt like a mushroom in summer? Tell me, speak true. Why do we sail?
To meet Sithis.
I erect the spine of respect. I have fought countless monsters alongside the were-shark, yet none has ever bested me in battle, much to my regret. One day, I hope, I will meet that which can kill me. Now, face Two Scars, and rejoice in Sithis.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's been really damp and chilly this summer, so very well.
Think you have what it takes to join the were-shark's crew? I doubt it. So, you've impressed the big bear and the hard turtle. So what?
The hard turtle.
Shadow and sleep in the trees. I drink snake venom and piss honeyed mead. I'm the baddest, sharpest, meanest pirate on the high seas. But I don't sail alone. Why?
Because your crew is your family.
That's right, we're family. Every one of us, from the captain himself to the lowliest swabber of decks, is one big, happy, fierce, terrifying family. No mere crew can hold a candle to us, because we're not a crew, we're blood. Welcome aboard, Ken.
Thanks.
Your performance could have used more verve, but it seems the Guardians aren't judging on enthusiasm.
Let's head inside.
Darn it, Alchemy, why do you always have to judge me with your judgy words and your judgy mask?
Oriel above. It's Anise and all the others. They appear to be alive. Let's try waking them.
Oh, darling. That's lovely.
Gold. So much gold.
Dare ye cross sabers with red Anise?
It's a dream. They're all dreaming. This is no normal sleep, but it's oddly benign for a curse. None of these people appear to be in distress. In fact, they seem to be dozing quite serenely. Some of them have been missing for weeks, yet they show no signs of poor health.
So they're not in any danger?
Not from the spell they're under, no. Though why they were made to sleep and what our mystery stranger intends for them is still very much unknown.
Can we wake them?
I believe so, but I'm not entirely certain we should. Right now, the spell isn't doing any harm, but tampering with it could change that. I'd like to get a better idea how Anise and the others came under this spell before I start striking it through.
What do you have in mind?
Now that you've rehearsed your role, let's cast you as a pirate in her fantasy. See if you can reach Anise within her dream and get her to wake up.
I can try.
When you're ready, place a hand on Anise's forehead and start counting sails.
Alright, let's do this. We're going into the head.
Look alive! The dead have come for us!
If you came to help, you have my thanks. But it's not needed. Looks like Prince Vogger is going down with his ship. Not that the ship is going down, I mean, it's just... You know what I mean.
This is a dream, Anise. You need to wake up.
What did you... No. I'm Red Anise, the Crimson Shrike, and I'll skewer any swab who says otherwise.
Trust me, none of this is real. Darn it! Would you quit interrupting me while I'm having a conversation? Miri, can you do one thing by yourself?
If you came to help, you have my... What did you... No. I'm Red Anise, the Crimson
Trust me,
Shrike,
none of this is
and
real.
Stow it, sailor. With Prince Vogger dead, we need to find his treasure. Check his cabin while I search the rest of the hold. This adventure isn't done until we've secured that treasure. Savvy?
I guess I'll look for Prince Vogger's treasure.
Let's have a look.
Oh.
Prince Vogger's treasure was a book. Didn't know old Deadeyes could read. Well, let's get it back to Captain Wereshark. Maybe it'll help break the curse.
You should look at this book, Anise.
Red Anise to you, Swabby. This book, this is about Captain Wereshark and Flicka and the others. I don't understand. This is all a story. But where am I? Why aren't I in the book?
You found your dream. We found you dreaming in an alien ruin. You're under a spell. I entered your dream to wake you.
I remember it now. I remember it all. Damn it, Cress. You said I could finally escape, and no one would come for me. They wouldn't even know I was gone. That was the deal.
Okay, deal. What did you ask for? Did you ask for this?
Cress said that they would make it so I could finally live out my dreams. I could have this life, and they would take my place. I'd finally be free of Farmer's Nook, and my mom wouldn't ever need to worry about my life of piracy.
That's not fair to her. You would both be living a lie.
I know. It was too perfect. I knew it was too perfect. Dreams don't last. That's why they're dreams. Just a few more moments. It was just getting good.
Five more minutes.
I just want to celebrate victory with the captain once before this is all over. Maybe steal a kiss before I go.
You mentioned Cress was behind this. Who is that?
Please, I can tell you about Cress when we're back in the ruin. Just leave me with the dream a little longer.
Alright. Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey, whoa.
They're coming for us.
Okay, I always wanted to do that. Like, jump down and make a heroic landing. I'm gonna do that again, actually. Hold on. That's just cool. See ya, Flicka. Alchemy.
You're awake! Good. It's been a while since I've worked any magic that didn't involve sleight of hand. Anise is still soundly asleep. Could you not get through to her in the dream?
She wanted to enjoy the dream a little longer. She's part of Captain Wereshark's crew.
So, she stepped right into the story that's inspired her since she was little. That explains the ritual with that book. How better to keep her under the spell than to put her in a prison she wouldn't want to escape? Insidious.
It's not a prison. She made a deal with someone named Cress.
You're telling me this Cress didn't take her place? They traded for it? And not just her, but everyone here. What does Cress have to gain from these bargains? To infiltrate the town? What could a sleepy village offer someone who can create dreams?
What should we do with the dreamers?
The deal they made isn't so harmless as they might have believed. You've seen how frightened the villagers are. How many more need to vanish before Cress has whatever it is they want? They won't like it, but we should wake them and end this farce.
All right.
Here we go. Pray that a rude awakening is the worst they have to suffer.
Do it, Alchemy. Bring them back to the world of the waking.
It's ready. Wake Annis, and the curse will break.
Wake up.
Farewell, Captain. No. All right, so we're awake. Dreams shattered. A life of brooms and boredom ahead. Happy now?
I need to know about Cress.
Cress is different. They looked like Bugtail when they approached me, but his clothes were covered in ink and he seemed unwell. They confessed that they weren't who they appeared to be, but they needed my help.
You didn't find that suspicious?
Cress didn't look suspicious to me, just sad, vulnerable. They said they screwed up again, that they couldn't be who they were trying to be. Cress knew I didn't want to stay in Farmer's Nook, so they offered to take my place.
You know why Cress wanted to trade places?
I think they were running away too, from a life they didn't want to go back to. You know how many times I tried to do that? But I could never just leave my mom behind, alone. I thought we'd all be happy this way.
You think your mother would be happy with a substitute?
She would not.
Mother? I'm sorry.
If you wanted to be rid of me so bad, you could have sent a fake who did chores. Oh, thank you for finding my girl. I'd never imagined she'd have gone to such lengths to get away from here. I should have listened sooner.
What are you doing out here?
I followed you. I was glad to see Annie's back in town. But I knew deep down that wasn't my girl, and watching her act a part made the worry in my gut so much worse. I had to see for myself.
Where did you leave the imposter?
Back at the Happy Crow. I told Brayden he could put whatever she liked on my tab if it kept her occupied. If you wish to find the freeloader, that's where she'll be.
Thanks for the tip.
We will trust Miles to see
Delicious. So moist and rich and warm. So much frosting. This one can just barely still taste it.
What are you talking about?
The sweet rolls. The most delicious, moist, warm, fragrant sweet rolls to ever leave a baker's oven. Bugtail ate them often. Bugtail had them all.
You had a dream about sweet rolls?
Yes. What else would one dream about? Have you never known the ecstasy of sweet moon sugar cream melting upon your tongue? This one has not tasted true sugar since he left elsewhere. He has missed it so.
Couldn't you just gotten sweet rolls without resorting to Daedric packs?
So he could, if he were satisfied with iced rolls grown stale from weeks on the road. But when one offers the chance to have them at their freshest and most perfect, always and forever, why would Bugtail not take such a bargain?
I mean, suppose.
How could you do this? How could you wake me? Cress said I would live in that dream forever.
What was the dream about?
It was a damned sight better than this. I had a castle, servants, suitors hanging off my every word. I had everything I ever wanted. You don't know what it's like for us, growing up. We had nothing. We still have nothing.
What about your brother, Hesef?
Hesef seems happy with his plow and his pigs. He's a grown man. and more capable than I am at fending for himself. He doesn't need me anymore. And Cress was supposed to keep him company. We barely speak anymore as it is.
Your brother thinks you're dead. He's grieving for you.
Dead? Oh, Hasef, I never wanted that. I suppose I need to talk to him, like we used to. He deserves that much.
He'd like that.
Where are we? Some kind of tomb? Where's my treasure? Last I remember, I was in my treasure room.
You were under a spell. We woke you up.
Wait, so this is real? The dream is gone? My treasure's gone? Why would you do that?
The deal you made with Cress was a mistake. Your brother thinks you're dead.
Why would he think I'm dead? That's not what Cress promised. He said he'd just be me. He even agreed to do my chores. Was that all a bunch of hogwash?
No, Cress didn't pretend to be you. They just got drunk and fell into a bonfire.
Heck of a way to go. Wait, is Cress dead then? Damn it. I guess there's no hope making another deal.
Try not to judge them too harshly for their grouchiness. We just ripped them from the most pleasant slumber they've ever experienced. We should be off at once to detain Cress. I'll be right behind you.
Anais was dreaming of being part of Captain Warstock's crew. Is that why we saw the pirates outside?
It could be that the two spells were mingling. That's not something seen often. Or perhaps it's simply that this Cress person was also inspired by Anis's dream.
Why would they choose to become a poor farm girl then?
Why indeed? It's easy to guess what motivated these people to pursue their wildest dreams. But the workings of this Cress's mind are inscrutable. What would you do if you were them? Would you leap at the chance to live a perfect fantasy?
I'm sorry, but people need me here. I'll never abandon the real world.
That's the rub, isn't it? Dreams are selfish things. To chase them, you risk leaving things behind, maybe everything. We all have to decide what we're willing to sacrifice in pursuit. Not everyone possesses your sense of obligation.
These people seem devastated by being woken up from their dreams.
They have a look about them, one I've seen before. It's the look of a skooma addict, sick and desperate on the street, lost without their escape.
Will they recover?
With the help and support of those who love them, one can hope. Ultimately, it will be up to each of them to decide what's most important to them.
Run away. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Hey, you! Have you seen Anise?
No, I was hoping you had.
Have you seen Anise? She ran off. I knew I shouldn't have let Hasef watch her alone.
Explain what happened.
Niall asked me to keep the girl occupied, so I kept her mug full and listened to her go on about her pirate stories. Getting famished, so I asked Hasef to watch her while I made a stew. That was the last I saw her, until I heard Hasef calling.
What did he have to say about it?
They were playing cards when she just bolted out of her chair like a snake bit her and ran out the door. He chased her, but Hasef's not much of a runner. Said Anise was headed east, out of town. Niall's going to have my hide for this.
It's alright, the real Anise is with her mother. They're on their way back now.
Hold on, real Anise? Who was it we've been watching this whole time?
An imposter named Cress. Millie can explain. I need to catch up to them.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back.
Hello, Chris.
You're the one I don't know. Why are you here? I didn't run away again, I promise.
I know you're not really a niece, Chris.
Excuse me? You don't even know me. I am a niece. I can prove it. Ask me anything.
We already waked up a niece and everyone else.
I'm her twin sister. I can't be a niece anymore. I know. Maybe I could be someone else. What about you? Can I be you?
You couldn't handle being me. No, Chris, it's over.
Enough of this charade, Cress. Off with your false face.
Go, Alchemy. It's a watcher.
You're a Daedra?
Wait! Don't hurt me. I didn't do anything. I just gave them what they wanted.
Why are you trading places with the people in this town?
I just want to live. Like you. I'm so tired of watching. I don't want to go back. Don't make me go back.
Back where?
To the unbound library of the one who knows. To record what was observed. That is our purpose. To watch your lives and ink the details down. Day in, day out. Always the same. They know it too. The people here. That's why I offered an escape.
Why did you keep making these deals?
I kept getting it wrong. Being a person. Despite all I knew, I kept making mistakes. Bad, painful mistakes I couldn't undo. So I had to try again. And again. Life is hard, but that makes it interesting. Please, let me stay. Don't send me back.
I'll discuss it with my friend.
Yes, please. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. I won't cause any more trouble.
Of all places, why you could have chosen? Why Farmer's Nook?
This is where the one who knows sent me. It is what I know. I thought I could live here and no one would treat me any differently. I could finally experience all the things I'd only observed. Friendship, love, family, mead. Mead was good.
Why did your master send you to watch this place?
To know, as they must. Your tiny pupils suggest that is insufficient. The one who knows seeks all knowledge. We observe so that all becomes known. We are the one's eyes, and we are multitudes.
If you're not sure who they're talking about, Chris is referring to Hermaeus Mora, the Daedric Prince of Knowledge. Does that mean you're not alone out here?
Alone? I suppose I am. I had not considered that. I will no longer be a part of the one, but something separate. It's unsettling, but also exciting.
What will you do if you stay?
Well, I don't know what I'll do without a mortal form, but I'll think of something.
Can't you just take on another form?
I need a mortal pack to do anything more than create an illusion. I traded dreams because they are the neighbor of knowledge and within my reach. I don't have much else to offer a mortal in exchange.
So it doesn't have to be dreams?
Correct. The terms are not important. Only the bargain matters. If I find someone willing to form a less troublesome pact, then maybe I could stay.
If you don't return, won't someone come looking for you?
The one who knows watches most. The one seeks not to change, but to observe. If the one sees me here, they will know what was once unknown.
What happens if we send you back?
I would return to Apocrypha and resume the catalog of all things until I've exhausted my knowledge, and the one who knows casts me into the world to observe again. That would not be, in mortal terms, for a very long time.
Alright. Well, let's talk to Alchemy.
So, this pitiable creature wants to escape its lot in life, too. Even Daedra dared to dream. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't feel some sympathy for
I understand, Alchemy. You both went to great lengths to escape your lot in life.
I know that suffocating feeling far too well, and the desperation to escape it. I know what it's like to be blinded by the need for liberation. Cress and I both caused more pain than we ever intended.
You want to be lenient on them?
Misguided as Cress was, I don't believe they acted in malice. There aren't many stories of compassionate Daedra, but it seems at least some of them might be true. The question is, does this little Daedra's story have to end in tragedy?
You have an alternative?
It may fly in the face of common sense, but I think Cress might have the makings of a fine player. They're a bit unrefined, but taking on a new role seems to come naturally, and they'll never forget their lines. I could sponsor them to the house.
Alright, and this will be the last thing of the stream. We have to make a decision. Will we send Cress back to Oblivion, or will we allow Cress to become a performer? I'll give until 31 on the clock. If nobody decides anything, I'll pick what I think is the best. Let him stay. He's a good Daedra. Okay. So that's one for staying. Alright, that's what we're going to go with. That sounds like a perfect fit for them. They should join your troop.
I thought so, and my eye for talent is one of the best among the players. By the time Cress presents themselves before the Grand Maestro, I will have transformed them into a master thespian. I'll stake my reputation on it.
I have no doubt.
All's well that ends well, as they say. This certainly wasn't the direction I expected this story to take, but a good mystery always keeps you guessing. You were a grand co-star. If we ever adapt Investigate a Veil for the stage, I'll be sure to call. All right, Cress. I have a deal for you.
You do? Does this mean I can stay?
No, not in Farmer's Nook, anyway.
Oh. Does it mean I don't have to go back to the library?
Yes, and you will get to live a great many incredible lives.
I can? What do you need me to do?
Watch and learn. You're going to be my apprentice. Now, let's get you a mask. Now, if you're going to be a proper hopeful, I'm going to need you to take a form similar to one of my players. Can you do that?
Oh, yes. With your help, that will be easy. How is this?
You'll have no difficulty with brisk scene changes, certainly. Now, for a name that speaks to your soul, what about Dreamer?
Dreamer. I like that very much.
Alright, and that's it. And I actually completely agree. I always let Cress stay. I never forced Cress to go back to Oblivion myself. So I'm really glad you picked that option, because I really would have hated to have to send Cress back to Oblivion. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. We got 3 side quests done, and so we finished Gideon, we finished Hiltunzil, and we finished Farmer's Nook. Next week, we are going to Bloodred Cave to do the 3 quests associated with that and continue on the main quest. I want to thank you for watching if you did, and I hope to catch you next week as we continue the Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood. Thank you very much, and have a great night, everyone.